Hi, my name is Jason Pearson, and today we have here Rebekah Bratton. She's 37 years old, married, a young mother of two, and she's lost 27 pounds in the last 2 months. And today we're going to go over her story and how she got there. How you doing here, Rebekah?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Excellent. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Tell us some history about yourself, what you've done before, include what you want to also accomplish in life, both also your external and internal struggles you dealt with before the program, and the wall you hit to where you said, I'm doing this program right here.
Okay. All right. So I heard about the Jason Pearson program back in May 2021, and I had a friend who was starting it. She had come over to our house, and she told me that she was starting it the next day, and as we were talking about it, I was very interested because I had noticed in myself that I was gaining weight mostly from my clothes being too tight and all that stuff, but I had been trying things like cutting out carbs, exercising some, not faithfully like I should, but as I was doing that, I noticed that nothing was really helping me. And so one of the things that I had asked my friend, hey, I've seen that other diets, say you can't have coffee or whatever, and I love coffee. And so she was like, oh no, you can't have coffee on this. So I was like, I definitely don't want to try this diet. So I didn't pursue it. I was actually, her husband was visiting at the same time and told me about what he was doing. And it was like this military diet that was like 3 days and you could have coffee on it. So I was like, I'm going to try that. So I tried it, and at the end of the 3 days, I was basically starving and discouraged because I hadn't lost any weight. I had actually maybe gained a pound. So I went through that summer. I didn't see that friend for maybe 3 or 4 months. And then when I saw her, she was almost done with phase 1, and she looked completely different. And she told me that she needed to lose 57 pounds. And something in me at that moment was like, okay, I've been discouraged. I have tried a lot of things. Even though her diet makes you eat dandelions and go without coffee, I need to do something different. And part of that too was when I had my second child at 30, my blood pressure was high. So they put me on a low dose of blood pressure medication, and I told them right away I didn't want to be on it for forever, and I wasn't, but I had several issues for a couple years dealing with that. And basically it was cut out salt. Okay, I cut out all salt from my diet, and then then my blood pressure like plummeted, and then they're like, okay, put it back in. And so it was just a back and forth. I also struggled after both of my pregnancies with terrible depression, and I wasn't sure if food made a difference or whatnot, but it didn't seem to help at all. So I was put on a low dose antidepressant, and I thought, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. But back, like when I hit a wall, and said, okay, no, even after seeing my friend and seeing how much she had lost, I was up to almost 180 pounds. I'm 5'6", and each time I saw myself in a picture, I was like, I have never in my life been this big. As well as I started developing terrible eczema on one of my hands, and I thought, what is going on? And something internally, my body is wreaking havoc on itself. So that's when I said, you know what, it's November. We're going to go into the holidays where I'm traveling with family, but I have given so many excuses. I've got to just start. So on November 8th, I started, and literally the first day, I thought my scale was broken because I lost 3 pounds. And I thought, okay, this works. And so I, going without the coffee and eating the dandelions is a huge benefit. So that's, I guess, a little bit briefly. I could talk forever, but I won't.
Yeah, so. That's awesome. So, wow, 3 pounds in the first day. I mean, you went 3 days on this military diet and didn't lose anything, but you gained an extra pound after that, after suffering through those 3 days. So yeah, on this program, I like to relate to everybody, like, pretty much every day we wake up and get on the scale. It's kind of like Christmas.
Yeah.
So, you can't wait to get up and look on the scale. So that being said, you're on the program at what point during your first 1 or 2 months on the program, did you have this epiphany, like this aha moment, like, this is it, this is working for me, and it keeps on working?
Actually, I would say very early on, because after being on the program over the first week, I lost 8 pounds. And I thought, and I wasn't starving. It wasn't like, I actually felt so much better. And a huge epiphany was, I was taking naps like almost every day. And I would sleep 9 to 10 hours at night and still need that afternoon nap and the coffee and all that stuff. And even my husband was like, Rebekah, like, you're sleeping so much and tired all the time. But the week after I started on a Monday. And so the Sunday following, we would always go to church in the morning, come home, have lunch, and then I'd take like a 2 or 3 hour nap. This Sunday, I didn't even need to take a nap. And I just remember being like, I don't need a nap. Like, I love taking naps, but I don't need one. And that for me was the biggest, like, this is really doing something for me. So I would say that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, along the program there, what if any conflicts did you experience along the program also?
I think for me, it's just the discipline of planning ahead. The every 3 hours is like, whoa, I gotta, it goes fast. Like, I thought for sure, oh man, I gotta cut back on all that I'm eating. I'm gonna be starving, but I'm never starving ever. And if I plan ahead, then it's always like, I'm just gonna grab this really quickly. Whether it's even if it's something that is on the diet, but it's not the right time, or, I know almonds are good, but I'm going to grab a whole handful rather than just 2 of them or whatever. And and I've had a couple of times where I've had standstills. Like I've lost 17 pounds and I just halted for a few days, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So those have been just making sure that I plan ahead. It's not hard. Having the literal, like, you need to eat 2 eggs, you need to do that. That's easy. Like, before it was always a guessing game when I was trying to do it on my own, but having this plan is good, but just making sure that I am prepared for that. So that would be probably my biggest hurdle.
That's awesome. Absolutely. So, what's been your end result so far that you've been on the program? The amount of weight that you've lost, the health issues that might have diminished or gone away. You can talk about your sleep, that you're getting better sleep, or I think you said you haven't been taking as many naps or any naps anymore, energy, whatever.
So for me, the benefits of, I've lost 27 pounds. I would like to ideally lose about 12 more, which I have all confidence that I will because I've seen so much result. Like I said, not being tired in the afternoon, and feeling like I have to take a nap in order to get through the rest of the day, or drinking a cup of coffee so that I could get through the rest of the day. I have so much more mental clarity that I didn't even realize I had lost. But in that short detox period, it came back and I'm like, oh, I can handle so much more mentally. I can think through so much. And yeah, just not having to, and my skin issue with my eczema has significantly cleared up, if not almost completely gone. So those have been the huge benefits.
Wow. So you feel like probably you've gotten a lot of your life back you might have felt like you lost before.
Oh, for sure. And it's not even, I realized that I didn't think I could be any different. I thought, well, I'm a mom, I'm going to be tired all the time because people say being a mom makes you tired all the time. So, and my husband even was like, you were so, he has noticed that the significant difference. So yeah,
that's awesome. So what's been your personal transformation that you experienced on the program also since being on it?
I think the discipline aspect of it, I shared about thinking, oh, I couldn't go without coffee, but I can tell myself, yeah, I can do this, or oh, I can only eat so much, but it's, or even we went through the holidays and here's my family eating all these sweets and all these, all the yummy stuff, which I love. In fact, a funny story, we were at a restaurant and they wanted to order some onion rings. And my dad said, do you like onion rings? And I started to say, well, I did. But I knew I couldn't have it. So just, I think seeing that, I'm not trying to be prideful, but knowing, oh yes, I can say no to something even though it's right here in front of me. I can make a meal for my family. My husband was like, you don't need to make food for us. I'm like, no, I love to cook, but I don't have to eat this. I can eat what Jason wants me to eat, and that's fine, so. And telling myself too, because you've even shared it in your other videos, is I'm going through a process. This doesn't mean I have to eat 2 egg yolks for the rest of my, you know what I mean? This isn't going to be the crazy last forever. I know phase 2 and 3 will be so much better. So I have something to look forward to. So that's been helpful as well.
That's awesome. So let me ask you a question, Rebekah. And for anybody that's watching this video right here, listening to your story as a young mom and what you've gone through, what you've experienced here, and they were wondering, will this work for them? Can they do it? If they're wanting to do it now, should they procrastinate and maybe do it after the holidays or after the next vacation, or should they get started now, or whatever? What would you tell that person watching this video?
I would encourage, after starting, don't wait, because I waited too long. I knew that I needed to do something different, but I didn't know how. And Jason helps you walk through that process and gives you a map in a lot of ways. It's a map of, okay, right now I need to eat this, and so it's not easy. Definitely, it's definitely a discipline that you have to make, but the results are so much greater. The benefits are so much greater that waiting is gonna prevent you from having those wonderful results. So, share. And I wish I had known about this years before. So yeah.
Absolutely. So you heard from Rebekah there. There should be a link around this video here. You just click it, go to the website, you can input your information, whatever credit card, debit card you want to use. After that, you'll be taken to a secure online health information form. You can fill in your health information. We'll review that and get you started today. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing this. Rebekah, look forward to working with you, enjoying the program, of course, who's watching this video, going on the website, and we'll see you in the next video.